Every downturn is unfair, but the COVID catastrophe is uniquely unequal. This deepest recession in modern memory has devastated the economy, but it saved its worst for the most vulnerable workers.
I can feel my blood beginning to surge and anxiety and fear.
Janaba Dale was a server working events in Toronto when the pandemic hit. She was making $12 an hour. It was never enough, but when the events shut down, her worries compounded quickly.
It's either pay my full rent and not eat, or eat and get behind in my rent.
CERB and now EI have helped. Dale is upgrading her serving skills by taking wine courses online. Meantime, she's running up debt.
It's a lot of, okay, I'm going to pay the minimum on this credit card and then use that to buy food because there's a $20 extra on there that's not in my bank account, so I can get my groceries done.
You can see Dale's story in every chart and every graph chronicling the painful collapse in the face of COVID. GDP, jobs numbers, hours worked. They all tell the same devastating story. But while millions of Canadians suffered, millions more simply began working from home. They didn't pay for childcare, pay for parking or travel, and they saved money through the crisis. The sale of cottages and country homes skyrocketed.
Buying rural real estate where you can escape to, where you can find some peace and quiet.
Initially, real estate agents were just as worried as everyone else, but it quickly became clear they'd need to hustle just to keep up as white-collar employees working remotely looked for a break from quarantine.
Feeling so cooped up inside for such a long period of time.
Economists call this a K-shaped recovery, where one branch thrives and moves up while another falls. The concern is how far that lower branch goes down.
Some of these effects could end up being permanent. In other words, the bottom part of the K could persist quite a while.
Dale says she wouldn't have been able to survive without government support. She says the pandemic should make everyone rethink how we as a society support vulnerable workers.
Changes to how we approach people who are renters. Changes to how we support folks who, again, are down on their luck.
The recovery is coming, but for lower-income Canadians worst hit by this crisis, simply getting back to normal won't be good enough. Peter Armstrong, CBC News, Toronto.